are you going to let you stop yourself from being successful?
Yeah.
Are you going to allow yourself to hold you back? And sometimes you versus you is harder than you against the opponent. I can't get a divorce with the business now. I need to see it through to the end.
Hi guys, welcome back to the next episode of Business Mutiny podcast. Today we've got Carla Nokes in, who's the founder of the Fitness Directory. Just going to talk through her journey. She's been going for 7 years and she's learned so much in that time. So let's just jump straight in. Carla, you used to play tennis as a child. Do you want to talk me through that?
Yeah, so I was introduced by my father, and it was where we first lived when I grew up in Weybridge. Our back garden backed onto the River Thames, and just a few doors up there was a tennis club, and they had an open day where you can kind of go down, try tennis, and meet some old folk. And I mean, I was just in a pushchair at this point, but my dad kind of went in there, was enticed by the cake and tea that they had, and they asked him, are you actually going to play any tennis or try it out? And he was like, oh, all right, go on then. I've played a little bit before when he's travelled around and worked in different countries. And he went for the open day and he's played every single day since. Wow. So naturally, as soon as I could walk, I was being thrown tennis balls to by the older ladies and gentlemen at the tennis club, whilst my dad was the first one on the court and the last one leaving the tennis club. So I was there all day long. And it was really great in a way because it taught me how to socialise and communicate at a really, really young age. I was speaking with, older and wiser people, and it's something that's helped me to this day.
So how far did you get in that career? Because you were pretty good, weren't you?
I tried to be humble about
Let's
it.
be
but
humble,
yeah, so I did play at quite a high level when I was 14, 15. I was top 10 in GB.
Okay.
Represented Surrey, was number 1 in Surrey for quite a while as a junior, and quite a few things happened with my family. Things got a little bit complicated. Mum and dad separated, finances got a little bit tight, and naturally the tennis kind of had to slow down a little bit because my dad was working, had to look after my brother and sister as well as me. I'm not the only child, and that's what my dad had to prioritise. So the conversation was had, we can't quite make your tennis work at the moment. But I always appreciated that he tried his best. Yeah. My mum wasn't the most supportive of my tennis, and we had our differences on that side of things. But I then sustained an injury, which kind of prevented me even more than I was already. But I managed to play international level. And this is where I kind of thought, right, well, if my family can't help me finance this and it's my passion, what can I do to finance this myself? And when I was younger, you just think, oh, everything's so easy. Like, okay, if I want to finance something, fine, right, get a job. Okay, well, get a job. And then the money doesn't add up, to how much tennis actually costs and how much this and that. So I was quite inquisitive and curious about, how much does this cost? My dad was actually fantastic with me. He was always like, well, that's how much a loaf of bread costs. That's how much petrol is. Last week petrol was this price. So I'd always had lots of financial conversations with my dad, which I'm so grateful for, because it is really, really important in that aspect, not just for business, but for life. Yeah. But yeah, what's great about tennis is that I've kind of maintained some sort of level of tennis and athleticism anyway, that if I won the lottery tomorrow or my startup, gets investment, then I hope to be able to go back to competing at international level again. That would be lovely.
Awesome. What was the training like? Like, how often were you training?
So I was training about 5 days a week,
oh, wow.
2 hours a day around school.
At what age was this?
This was between 11 and 15.
Oh, wow.
So, 10 hours a week is not a lot when you look at the pros now. Like, when you look at the pros now, it's their full-time job. They'll be doing 20 hours a week on the court. But obviously navigating school and being a child and having some sort of childhood, as well as, having a massive expectation on your shoulders of going to training, it was like being in the army almost sometimes.
Yeah, like really regimented. You've got to be here at this time.
And, they'd frown upon you if you had a McDonald's at the weekend and stuff like that. And they'd be really on to you about your diet. And if you missed the ball or you made some mistakes, then there would be punishment. You'd be going down doing burpees. And To this day, I hated burpees, but now I've started doing like a bit of high rocks. I'm like, I love burpees. I'm so up for it. I don't know.
We're not doing any burpees today.
Yeah,
just so
I don't know.
everyone
I
knows.
think like a complete transition happens in your mind when you go from a child, you hate doing things, to like being an adult, and you're like, oh God, you know what? I'll do it again. Love it. Yeah.
How did you handle the pressure at such a young age?
Do you know what? Pressure didn't really. I don't know. It's weird. I don't really feel like I felt pressure when I was younger.
Did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it,
Okay,
and
so
I
it
enjoy
didn't
it
feel
now.
like-
Yeah, it felt like it was just natural to me, and I think because I didn't have any expectations when I was playing, because I only actually started competing at 11 years old, which was so late. Everyone else that was in the same kind of rankings as me when I got to those rankings had been on the scene since like 4 years old.
Okay.
So when I've turned up at 11 years old, they're like, where's this kid come from? You know, how she managed this? You know, there was questions.
Yeah, who is she?
Who is she? Yeah. And I didn't feel pressure because I'd always been the underdog. So I didn't feel like I had to overperform or, you know, catch up with anyone. It was just, I was so like, wow, I'm in this room.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of feeling starting up a business as well. You know, you feel like you're the underdog. There's people above you that you learn from.
Yeah,
and
100%.
I mean, there is also an element of pressure, but I feel more pressure, I think, starting up a business than I did on the tennis court.
Okay. And where does that drive come from? Because you've obviously taken that drive from the tennis and then pushed it into your startup. Like, what gets you up in the morning?
So with tennis, it's a lonely sport, but you might have a team around you. But when you are in the matches, you're on the tennis court, you're competing, it's you versus you and the opponent.
Yeah.
And sometimes you versus you is harder than you against the opponent, because you're battling everything in your head. You could be thinking about things that are not even to do with tennis, and you bring them onto the tennis court. So you have to be so resilient and really strong-minded, and you have to be able to fix your own mistakes whilst you're in the middle of a high-pressured match, which I didn't find pressure in because I always found coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
I always managed to understand tennis like chess when it got to a certain level, because it'd be like, right, so if I'm going to make that move, then I know that this is going to be the result from the player. So I kind of played it like that with a bit of logic and morphology.
Okay.
So it took the pressure out of it because I kind of could anticipate what was going to happen next. Now, when it comes to like business life, what gets me and pressures me is the unknown. You know, I'm navigating this founder lifestyle at the moment where I just don't know. I don't know the basics of business because I'm having to do them all backwards at the moment. I've project managed my business to the point that it is, but actually I haven't done the whole basic business textbook stuff. So yeah, it's been a journey.
So let's talk about that journey to the fitness directory. Do you want to explain briefly what it is?
Yeah, so the Fitness Directory is an on-demand platform. It's workforce for gyms. So they can find fitness professionals that are vetted and checked to come and work in their gyms on a short-term basis. So if, for example, your spinning instructor called in sick at 9 p.m. and they're meant to be delivering that class at 6 a.m., you can go on the app, quickly post, and then someone that is suitable in the area will get alerted. And then you just pay on the app. Fitness instructors get paid within 7 days. We take all the headache out of the invoicing. No more waiting for 6 weeks to get paid. And we do some other things as well, like we're starting to do fitness events because we think the fitness community will be stronger if everyone works together, not against each other.
Okay, wicked. Where did that idea come from?
God, well, let me take you down the road. So the tennis kind of came to a bit of a halt because I had to have surgery on my shoulder. Okay. And it was quite a difficult time for me because I had to find something to occupy me in the meantime. And when you're sometimes playing high-level tennis, football, some people don't think or prepare for a second, backup.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's this, there's nothing else. Like, there can't be a backup. It's got to be this and only this. And no one really prepared me for a backup either. You know, my parents didn't say, maybe you should have something in your back pocket just in case tennis doesn't work out. No one said that. So maybe they believed in me more than I believed in myself. I don't know. But I ended up working as a personal trainer. I decided to go down that route. And funny enough, I ended up working at 5 gyms within 2 miles of my house. So that was basically every single gym, like in a circle of my house. And I was at one gym from like 6 a.m. To lunchtime. Then I'd use my lunch break to go to another gym, and I'd finish there at 11 p.m. And I was just working like a dog. I'm not even joking. And I just kind of got a bit, I don't know, I think addicted to the work because I'd even be regimented. I'd be like, right, I've just earned this much today, it's going to come in at the end of the month, and I'd be able to budget and structure. And I'd be like, right, so if I keep going at this pace, burning myself out, working myself into the ground 7 days a week, back-to-back shifts. I was doing like 80 hours a week. I don't know what was wrong with me. I was sick. And then I kind of understood like the budgeting. I was like, right, so if I have this amount of money, then by this point, when my shoulder's better, I can go and play tennis for 3 months, 6 months on tour. Yeah. And that was kind of my sanity whilst I was navigating the injury. But whilst I was also in the fitness industry, working at so many different gyms, seeing so many different people, so many different problems, that's when I was like, hang on a minute. If I'm going to all these gyms just in 2 miles of my house, you know, surely this is going on everywhere else in the country. And from knowledge and from what I could see and heard, it was all happening in different parts of the country. Everyone's pulling their hair out. They can't coordinate their instructors. They're calling through a list of cover people on a spreadsheet. I hate spreadsheets. I hate them with a passion. Now that AI is here, I think spreadsheet shouldn't be like manually inputting, you know, robotically. But I come up with the idea. I thought, why is there not an Uber for like fitness? You know, just connect the dots and put people together. Like, who's not thought of this logic? And I started looking into it, and I was like, no one's done it yet. So I had this idea in 2019, and I started searching for, you know, apps and stuff that were out there to do this, and there wasn't one.
Okay.
Then I was like, okay, so if I want to take this project on and build it, how much is it going to cost me with my working 16 hours a day, 8 days a week? It felt like that. It felt like 8 days a week. They said 80 grand. And I was like, wow. I was 19 years old, and I just was like...
Where did you go to get that?
I didn't get 80 grand, don't worry.
No, but where did you go to get the quote? Like how?
Oh, the quote. This was like some app development people in the UK. And then I discovered Fiverr and Upwork and got screwed.
So you just went to them and said, this is my idea.
Yeah. And then when Upwork and Fiverr quoted me like 1 grand, I was like, wow, yay. No, I'm joking. But they said, look, it's not going to be cheap. And I was like, fine, don't worry. I'm working every hour of the day. Don't worry. I'm balling. It's fine. How much? And they said 80 grand. I nearly fell over backwards. It was like, wow, okay, my dreams were crushed. So then I didn't give up. I was like, okay, fine. If we can't do an app, let's see the possibility of doing it on a website of a platform. Tried it, scrapped it, wasn't quick enough, didn't serve the purpose. I mean, it would have worked as maybe a prototype because this is what I'm saying. I'm learning business now. It might have been like the minimal viable, but it was only going to work if it was like within a couple of seconds. Yeah. Tap, hire, give them the details, get them into the gym, cover the shift. So I kind of persevered and looked into some other options, and I had to actually go back and have surgery again on my shoulder. So it's just like one thing after the other. Then COVID happened. When COVID happened, I started thinking, okay, well, what else can I do if I can't do the app right now? So I started making a bit of fitness merch like this. Everyone was staying at home, working out in their back gardens. And all these ideas look so glamorous at first, like, have your own fitness brand, have your own app. But the actual reality of trying to figure out a good, reliable supplier, not getting ripped off, making sure that there's, you know, good quality, that they're getting the sizes and the measurements right. Oh my God, it's just so hard. But I feel like I've tried it all. I've tried everything. You know, I've tried the drop shipping. I've tried to build these apps, whatever, AI. And it's all learning. It's all learning curves. So, I mean, I started the idea in 2019, but I feel like now more than ever, I'm ready and I'm more qualified than ever to carry on this journey with the fitness directory because I know everything I need to know now about the industry.
awesome. What a journey it's been then. It feels like you only know how to go all in. And there's no on and maybe or ish. It's like I'm either on and I'm going for this or I'm not going to do it at all. Like, where's that come from?
I think when you go and compete in a tennis match, whether it's at a level that you feel comfortable at or if it's a level that's out of your comfort zone, you have to walk in and you've got to back yourself. So not in an arrogant way, you know, you've got to think, is this challenge actually possible for me? I'm a very realistic person as well. You know, you've got to look at the size of you, look at the size of your opponent, athleticism, like, are you feeling fit on that day? And I think all of these things from playing tennis at a very, very high level have contributed to my perseverance, my persistence, my resilience. I can't tell you how much rubbish I've had to deal with along this journey. And some people will be like, my God, 7 years is a long time. Like, why don't you just roll over and die already? Like, come on, like, haven't you had enough of this? I have, but, you know, I'm too far in now. You know, I'm too far into this relationship. I can't get a divorce with the business now. I need to see it through to the end.
You want to see that end
and
result.
I swear it's actually saved me at so many points, just having this, you know, thing that you believe in, that you're so passionate about. And people say to me like, oh, when you're talking about your business, it sounds like the whole room's like erupted and it's like you glow and your aura. And, you know, that's how it should be if you're really passionate about something. And I speak about tennis like that as well. So I know that it's the right thing for me.
At what point did you realise that you were working all the hours, but you couldn't go back to tennis? Like that dream had kind of finished and then you kind of pivoted. Like, how did that happen?
So when I had to have revision surgery on my shoulder because it never kind of healed right after the first surgery, and I had a massive kind of hoo-ha with the NHS and their PALS complaint department about, you know, what's going on with my body. I'd never had surgery before. All I knew is that I was just having lots and lots of pain, more pain than I had before the surgery. I was like, what have you done to me? I almost felt like they sewed my arm backwards. And it was just like daily things I couldn't do. I couldn't put my t-shirt on properly. I couldn't put my hand behind my back. Now it's like bionic, honestly. It's amazing. This is stronger than this shoulder now. But yeah, at the time I was like, something is really, really wrong. But because I had so much like to, you know, carry on for, like being in the gyms, oh, it's only temporary, I'll be back to tennis soon. And I was reading into like, I can't remember what it's called when you start healing yourself with your like positivity. Those kind of things as well. I was like, no, I'm fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. And like that kind of
felt like you were so laser focused on the tennis that you were working those 6 hours just
to go back
because you knew what the end result was.
And then it got to a point I was like, come on now, this is getting a bit silly. It's been like 9 months post recovery. I keep going to these follow-up appointments. They keep saying, no, you should be able to go back and play tennis now. I even went back and played right-handed. I'm left-handed.
I was going to say you're left or right-handed, so you're left-handed.
Yeah, I'm left-handed, but I actually started right-handed when I was younger.
Okay.
Then I turned ambidextrous because I wasn't strong enough to keep up with the players that I was talented enough to play with at like, I don't know, 6 years old. I was playing with older kids and I couldn't cope with the power. So I played 2 forehands and then my coach was like, you can't play like this. I can't coach you. So he said, close your eyes, put your racket on the floor, spin around and pick it up. So I picked it up with my left hand and he's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but what hand do you write with? My right. And he was like, no, but are you sure you want? Yes, left. But it just made a lot of sense from a couple of other tests as well that we did that for tennis. I was left-brained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so then you knew that it wasn't going to work and you were like, right, we're going all in on the fitness directory. What's the development journey been like on the software?
God, software. Oh my God. I don't even know if I'm prepared to tell you this. It's such trauma. So
think of it as counselling.
Yeah, it is counselling. I need to get it off my chest. Yeah, the software, my God. So I've had this app built 3 times. I'd say probably only once properly, but the first 2 times, wow. What an experience. If you spend money on, imagine buying a car and you think, my God, I've spent a lot of money on this car. You've saved up your money and you think, oh, this car's going to be lovely to drive or get you to work instead of your push bike.
Yeah.
And you pay this money for this app and you think, oh, this is going to solve all my problems and the startup business is going to be great and whatever. And then you get it and you think, what the hell? What is this? Oh, it's just the most disappointing thing. And I mean, you pay for what you get.
Yeah.
You know, I paid peanuts. I got peanuts.
What was the first version? How much that cost you?
Oh my God, like no, it was about $3,500 actually. Okay. $3,500 back in like 2022.
Yeah.
And I thought, my God, I should have just knocked it on the head then. Should have just gone back to being a normal person, normal girl, go out partying at the weekends, do whatever. And no, I decided, right, who's going to next screw me over? So then I found another developer and yeah, we got the app built, to be honest. It was actually a minimal viable product back then. But I thought with me and how I operate, it has to be perfect. It's attached to me. It's going to have my name to it. I'm going to have to put my face out there and be confident that people are not going to come back to me and be like, oh my God, it's rubbish, or like that they don't like it. I just wasn't built for that kind of, you know, rejection.
Yeah.
Back then, I mean, now do what you like, you know. Do what you like now. Say what you like now. I'm hardened now. The skin's very thick. But yeah, back then I just wasn't built for any kind of feedback like that. I never had, even though on the tennis court you'd be getting hammered by your coach all the time. That's not good enough. This is not consistent enough. You need to do better. When it came to this, I was like, I'm in control of this. So because I'm in control, if I can not have like any bad things to say about what I've done and put out there, then that's like a win for me.
Yeah.
But now that I've learned the journey of business, it's not going to be perfect and it's always going to be a work in progress.
So did you not release that at all?
Not really, no. Although actually, yes, we did launch it as like a test pilot for fitness professionals. So we actually got 1,500 fitness professionals on that first proper successful MVP. But then I just didn't feel confident enough to go to the gyms.
Yeah.
Because the gyms,
you got the people on it, and then
I got the people, but the people validated that I should do it again better.
Yeah.
So that's why I then persevered to do it the third time. I drove myself crazy. And each time, these things are not quick. Like, we're building very bespoke functions. So it's not like, right, we're going to copy and paste code from here, and then voila.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of weeks. It's like, can be 6 months. And then you've got to test the flow as well. So if you think that you're not getting involved, you think you're leaving it to someone else to just do and just present it to you, it's not the case. You have to test the flow, and that is just hard enough as it is. And then you've got to communicate what you want changed, what you think might work better. And like, technology is almost like a foreign language. I feel like I was trying to communicate things in the most wackiest way. Screenshots, circling things, taking pictures with another phone, and it's just mad mayhem. But I've got it right now. I have a good developer finally. I mean, I had to kiss a lot of frogs to find the prince of
do you think that's a kind of just you've got more in tune with what you need to ask, like you can interrogate them as much as just kind of, oh well, that's cheap, that's the first offer, we'll go with that? Do you think you've kind of learned that you need to ask more questions, or like how have you identified the third developer versus the first time?
So I mean, it's always a risk. I can't say that you're not going to risk finding someone that's like going to deliver you exactly what you're looking for. It's always a risk. But what I did differently that third and final time was I checked his other work out. I think last time I was just like airy-fairy. And as a founder, I think sometimes you can kind of get a bit blindsided where you think everyone's out to help you. So you kind of think, oh, well, they want to help me. And then you're like, no, you're a customer. Like, huh? You know, you're paying for a service. You should be getting that service. But when you're a founder, it almost seems like it's a complete different dynamics. Like, realistically, they should be doing you the favor because you're paying them. It's even with pitch decks, fundraising, investors and consultants and stuff like that. Like, this is what I know now. I will question them. I'll be like, look, so what is your success with your work? You know, what have you actually produced with your work that's significant that you can shout about? And if they're not shouting about it already and they're not confronting you and wanting to tell you all that information without you even asking, I would question it.
Yeah, what have they actually done?
They're like, oh yeah, we can do this for £2,000, but no comparisons. Like, huh? Yeah. Before you even tell me the price, send me what you've done before. That should be the first thing. So normally, like, it's a red flag if they don't shout about what they've done before.
Okay, cool. So you've now got an app that you're happy with, and that's starting to generate.
Exactly. So now at the minute we're trying to balance the marketplace. So it's quite hard when you've got marketplaces to get the right kind of the numbers in the right areas and stuff like that. So we're working on that as a pilot program for kind of like epicenter of gyms, working through them, letting them know what we can do for them. They get an exclusivity if they are on the first 100 gyms.
Yeah.
And again, we're onboarding the 1,500 previous interested fitness professionals back onto the app. And we've got a lot of interest from new people that want to join us as well.
I guess it's really tough because you don't want a gym in London and then all your fitness professionals being in Newcastle. Because obviously they're not going to be able to cross. How are you managing to onboard the right people in the right sort of locations?
So this is another thing that I didn't do very well last time when the first couple of apps came out. But now I've learned a lot of mistakes, and I feel like the 7 years have been me being built in the process. Not just the app, not just the technology, not just the business. It's been me to be the best leader and understand the market, the industry inside out. So now what we're doing is we are, we're not perfect. And that was something I wanted to do before. Now I'm communicating that we're not perfect. We want to solve this issue that you have in the industry from both sides. Yeah. So just be patient with us. If you are in Newcastle and you want to join our app, just be patient with us.
Yeah, we're coming.
They will come. We're coming. We're coming. And we will be with you shortly. But we're maintaining. Well, we're trying to help people with the expectation, that Rome's not built in a day, literally. Yeah. And if you want something that fixes the industry, you will need to be slightly patient. We're trying to do it in London and surrounding areas like Surrey, and then we're going to branch it out. We've got AI automation on as well, which is actually trying to match up in different parts of the country too. So that's what I'm saying. Balancing the marketplace is the hardest thing to do at the moment.
How have you got to a point where perfect, like, obviously you were trying to hit perfect, like, how have you accepted that it doesn't need to be perfect, it needs to be functional?
I've had to do a lot of work on myself. And I mean, all my life I've been trying to be a people pleaser, try to, be seen and try to fit in. Yeah. And I think I got to the age, last year actually, very, very, very recently, where I was like, I can't keep living like this. It gives me anxiety. I'm always overthinking everything. I'm always trying to be like, oh, do you think that person like me? Do you think like this is good? That's good. And I just thought, you are a very confident person. You come across very confident. You can walk into any room. I used to go on holiday on my own. Before I met my boyfriend, he wouldn't dare allow me to do that now. I used to go Ibiza on my own, guys. Yeah, he thinks
like,
it's
what nuts. Are you doing?
Yeah, he thinks it's nuts. But those are some of like the best times. And I realised, not everyone's going to like you. And this kind of barrier that I was trying to put in front of like people having any kind of criticism towards me or having any, thing bad to say, I just didn't take it well until I started working on myself. I had a business coach as well. We had some tears, we had some laughs, and it's you have to accept sometimes. Are you gonna let you stop yourself from being successful? Yeah. Are you gonna allow yourself to hold you back? And it was a breakthrough moment. I was like, oh my God, I am the only person holding myself back here. So what do I do? Well, I need to fix this. So I need help. I went and got it. Yeah. And now I see the world in a complete different way. It's kind of FU attitude now. I'm very respectful. I'm very polite. I've got very, very big heart, but I have to prioritize myself. And if they don't like it, then they don't like it. Yeah.
It's so tough because no one teaches you how to run a business or grow a business or do development. Like, genuinely, people do exactly what you've done and just make a mistake, learn from it, make a mistake and learn from it. And that journey just takes time and time and time, and there's no real easy shortcut other than, I suppose, business coaches kind of bring you along. How long did you work with that coach for?
So actually only since Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just over 3 months.
And they've changed the way you're looking at things?
Everything. 3 months can change a lot. So I'll do it sooner rather than later if I was you. But yeah, it's just other things as well. Just making sure that I believed in the business as well. And another thing that I didn't do, I had no sales experience ever in my life. I didn't know that I needed it. And that was the other thing that held me back from picking up the phone, calling gyms, visiting gyms. And it's only been in the last 12 weeks since gaining the confidence from the business coach that I've been able to actually put a procedure together of how I approach gyms, from making the mistakes of doing it completely wrong.
What were you scared of? Just picking up the phone?
I don't know. I couldn't even tell you.
He
would ask me that question as well. He asked me that question as well. He's like, what's this wrong with you? Just call the phone. If you get nervous, just put the phone down. I was like, I can't even hold the phone. I can't even put the digits in. I don't know what it was.
Just like a paralysis.
Just a paralysis.
Yeah.
But then me and my friend, she's got a newborn baby and she's trying to do something in property. She was like, right, I'll call your phone list and I'll pretend to be you. And you call my phone list and pretend to be me. And it just got messed up because I just didn't know who to answer the phone as. Like, we should have given each other's different numbers and stuff. But that actually really helped. Because I picked up the phone straight away and I was like, hi, I'm looking for a property and blah, blah, blah. No problem. And then it comes to my business. I'm like, I can't do it.
It's just
it's just mad.
It is. It's like you're scared someone's going to go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
and that would kill me because 7 years of this, I don't want to hear no's. Do you know what I mean? I think that was what it was. Yeah. When I think about it, I think that's actually what it was. I was thinking, I've put so much effort, time, money, Saturday nights, Sunday nights, Friday nights into this business. I've turned down going out with my mates. My mates think I'm like this serial entrepreneur. Like, I've got to make things happen. But then I was also scared of the backlash from the gyms. Like, nope, we don't want this. Go away, bugger off kind of thing. And that's what scared me the most. And also it being a very male-dominated industry, that scared me as well. And, you know, I think I am young, but I might even come across even younger, like with appearance-wise. And I feel like when I did go into the first few gyms, I had some really bad kind of experiences, and I don't know how I still managed to go into. So I went into a gym and I kind of went a little bit undercover, like I was looking to be a member, and then I got busted. Like, I just can't lie. I just can't lie. So I got busted. He was like, "You look like you're like in good shape, like a PT or something," and I was like, "Oh, damn it!" But then he said, "Oh, well, we're looking for PTs." And I thought, oh, lovely. This is exactly what I need.
This is what I've got the product right for you.
I was like, well, let me tell you about the fitness directory. And he was like, oh my God, that sounds fantastic. Let me introduce you to our assistant manager. This guy, he was in the middle of the day when he's meant to be on shift working. He's like doing the chest press, like working out. And this guy that was showing me around had taken me over to him and introduced me, said, oh, this is Carla from the fitness directory. She can help with some of the staffing issues we've had here in the gym. And he was just like, oh yeah, in a minute. He's like carrying on his reps, carrying on. I thought, oh my God, how cheeky.
Standing looking around like, when you
Yeah. And then he's like turned around. And funny enough, I knew the CEO because this is a chain of gyms, maybe like 4 gyms. So I knew the CEO and I'd been told like that I would be in contact with the CEO, but I just went in the gym anyway. Prior to the conversation, so I had some kind of ground to speak with him, and it was just funny. I was like, yeah, but so and so's actually sent me down here. The CEO sent me down here to come and like have a look, and I've been liaising with him. Oh my God, this guy, he's never jumped off the equipment so quickly. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh no, don't worry, carry on your workout. It's fine. Like, I can just send you an email later if you want, and I'll speak with the CEO. And I think he just wanted the ground to swallow him up. And I did. I followed up with the CEO afterwards. And that kind of led me to doing a mystery shopper instead of cold outreach to the gyms where you're just walking in hoping to speak to a decision maker. If I'm going in there now and I'm mystery shopping them, like, looking around, the way that they speak to me, how they treat me as a prospect.
Yeah.
At the end, when I can give them feedback of how my experience was, they then want to talk to me because they don't want me to put a bad review.
Yeah.
They don't want me to badmouth them and talk about a terrible experience. So they're all happy to talk to me then. So that was my method now. And that's why I don't feel so scared, because I know actually they will talk to me now.
Yeah. How have you found fighting against that male dominance?
I just think it's quite strange, because it doesn't come from a place of intelligence.
Yeah.
As in, it doesn't come from, okay, well, they know more than me, so that's why they're behaving that way. It's more of kind of like an intimidation sort of defense.
Yeah.
So when I have gone to some gyms and I've tried to pitch, it's almost like the shutters just come down. And it's not that they don't buy into what we're offering, because they do have the problems, but it's almost like they'd rather allow the gym to burn down sometimes than to have a conversation with me and this and that. Like, they want to carry on with their workout, you know, they don't want to speak to the little lady that's walked in the gym. So it's about finding the common ground. And, you know, I've walked into their house effectively. Like, I've just walked in unannounced to their gym. So this is why I had to just make the mistakes and learn from them and find a better way of approaching the gyms, even if it is the kind of walking in, without it kind of shutting down the conversation.
Yeah.
So I've done that now. So
how did you learn from it? Like, what process did you go through to say, right, well, you know, this was the mistake? So you said, like, you've walked into the house. Like, how did you work out that wasn't right? And then how did you decide what to do instead?
So, well, there was a few issues. There was the issues of walking into the gym, just asking for the gym manager or owner. Yeah. And then they're like, well, who are you? Yeah. Like, who are you to want to speak to them? And then if you don't know their name, you really have got nothing to speak to them about yet.
Yeah.
So it was, first of all, having to break down the barriers past the receptionist or the people on the front desks or whatever. And that's why I come up with the mystery shopper element. But then, yeah, the phone calls as well, they weren't going anywhere. Yeah. Because you'd always guarantee be speaking to a receptionist. You leave your name, your number, no one will call you back. So it was kind of only really left to the mystery shopper kind of thing, where I had leverage. Because if I had information that they were dying to know, like how they performed in a mystery shop, then they were, you know, calling me, hoping that I pick up the phone now. Yeah. So changing the whole dynamics.
It's just changing the lead generation, isn't it? To try and find a hook that pulls them back into you, so that you've
absolutely, you've
got that confidence then to say, well, look, this is what we do, and this.
Well, it doesn't make much more difference, because I'm already going there anyway. Yeah. So I'm already in the gym. I'm already observing the gym. So it just made so much sense. And the bad experiences kind of contributed to that, because I was like, I want to like leave them a 1-star review on Google because he's rude. Like, I was really like angry. I was like, how dare they, kind of thing.
It's bad, isn't it? You think in a modern world.
Unless you're a member, they were like, oh yeah, do you want a cup of tea? And then if you're coming in, you're trying to speak to the manager to sell them something or to pitch something or to be like, oh, you might be interested in this. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. They don't want to know. Yeah. Unless you're a member. They're happy to give you their time.
I guess they probably get loads of people walking in trying to sell them stuff. So they probably get a bit hard into it. But doesn't mean they need to be rude about it, does it? Like, no. And if you're trying to solve a problem, like you know that problem exists. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're trying
because usually the gyms that I do visit are ones that are posting that they need some sort of fitness stuff on Indeed or
yes, you've
wherever.
Already qualified that they've got the problem.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but I thought you was looking for a personal trainer on Indeed. Okay. Yeah. So it's just about finding their push their buttons.
Push their buttons. That's good. I love the way that you've had to learn how to sell.
Punches. I've taken punches in this game.
It's still standing though, so it's a positive. You so where are you today, like numbers wise? How's the business? Like, where are you up to? You said you're in Surrey and London. Yeah. Where's the journey going to take you next?
So we're pre-seed at the moment. Okay. I'm a team of one. Yeah. A one lady band at the moment. I'm banging the drums, doing the triangle, and literally doing the harmonica. I'm doing everything. at the moment, and it's actually quite amazing. I should probably pat myself on the back, because when I look at it, I just go, wow, how's actually one person come up with all of this? And I think a lot of founders should just stand back for a minute and go, do you know what? This is more than average.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite amazing. And it's not even just the product that you've come up with, it's the skills and all the learning lessons. You know, you can't teach that.
No.
You can only learn it from going through it. Yeah, so the business today is we're trying to raise investment so that I can bring a team in to get some support and be able to roll this out at a serious scale.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to go global. Like, the app is so advanced and does so many automated and amazing wacky things. We want to do lots of enhancements with the functionality as well. I'm not going to tell you too much because it's secret.
Yeah, saw my coffee. It's okay.
Yeah, secret, but there's a lot of really cool things coming.
Awesome.
And yeah, we're going to do some community fitness events as well, which is something that's going to be really, really cool, that people can get involved in. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it a mediated space for fitness professionals and fitness venues, gyms and owners, where they're not working against each other anymore. They both have the same goal, but they seem to just be like killing each other.
Yeah.
And working out of sync. You know, the same goal is to make sure everyone that comes to the gym or has a health and fitness experience meets their goals and has a healthy lifestyle, and they are just still competing against each other. You know, there's enough for everyone. What's going on here?
It's such a difficult thing to break down, because in their head they're still one gym or a chain of 3 or 4 gyms that they're competing against everyone else around them, aren't they, for the members?
Yeah.
But you know, if the reality is, I think in the fitness world, most PTs don't make a huge amount of money. Most, some do really, really well, and others it's very much a lifestyle type business or self-employment, and they end up they need to work in multiple gyms to make any money. But if the gyms don't see that, then how are you gonna convince the gyms? Have you got a plan of action on how you're gonna get them working together?
Yeah, so I mean, the gyms, they don't want to do the admin. They don't want to do the paperwork.
Yeah.
They like the idea of having their cover lists.
For the recruitment. For the kind of short-term cover.
So they have the cover lists, which they always post on Facebook and whatever. We need a cover person to stay on our books. And it's like, okay, you can give them your details, but it doesn't guarantee that you're ever going to work in that gym.
Yeah.
You're just a name and a number on the list.
That they're going to call you when they're
They'll call you in 5 years when you don't even work in the industry anymore.
I suppose, so they're calling them when they're number 1 as...
Yeah, you're literally like, you're customer
like
1,
2,
3.
So you're like 4th down the list.
Yeah, exactly. And you won't even know if they don't want to use you again. They won't even tell you. They'll just keep you in their back pocket just in case.
Just in case.
And even the outreach to find short-term gigs or whatever, or to find your place on a class timetable in a gym, you've got to go and pitch, like I am pitching to the gym owners. You've got to go to the gym and pitch that you are a spinning instructor and that you are available to take on more classes. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's so backwards with all this AI 2026. What the hell is going on?
And of course, you're only going to be doing like 1 or 2 spin classes a day. So if you're not in there full time, you might only work 2 hours.
Yeah, it's just I mean, someone said to me the other day, they were like, basically, fitness professionals were all on minimum wage, but we're just trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I understand that, but how are you making it work when they pay your invoice 6 weeks late because someone couldn't be asked? Or they put your invoice under some paperwork on the photocopier and they didn't pay it. Oh, sorry, we didn't see it. Or can you change this invoice because it doesn't match with our you know, whatever system? What the heck?
How are you solving those problems?
So in the app, we basically have automated payouts. So the gyms pay for the transparent price of the class or the shift. And then basically after 7 days of completing the shift, the algorithm pays the instructor.
Right, okay, so all that admin headache is just disappearing.
Yeah, so that's why we're saying to gyms, we can actually take your whole cover list. No more spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Put the people onto our app, and then you'll be able to just put the job on there, pay, and then they get paid within 7 days. They're happy because they've done you a favour. If you've done someone a favour, you think, oh, go on, here's an extra 10 quid, or, you know, I'll pay you next week because I've done you a favour. No, they don't get the same respect.
Yeah.
It's mad. You know, you might do one cover class for 30 quid and you won't see that till 6 weeks' time.
Yeah, well, what was the point?
What was the point? And that's why they get a bitter taste in their mouth. They think, I'm not doing that again. It's not worth my time.
Yeah.
You know, they're not stupid. They'd rather go and hire a hall in their town and do a boot camp for 5 quid a person, advertise it on Facebook and get them to come down, screw the gym, bye.
Yeah.
So it's like now more than ever, it's going to be really pinnacle that they start to get this right and adopt this technology, because year on year, the fitness industry just gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah. How have you balanced kind of doing the business, growing the business, and trying to get some scale, as well as putting food on the table?
Oh my God. I must have had about 80 jobs.
Right.
A lot of jobs. I'm so qualified in so many different ways and different things. So I was a PT, then I did sports massage, then I trained to do level 5 clinical injuries, which I was the youngest person to ever do it. And I did it because of my shoulder injury. I was just on a journey, like, if the NHS can't fix me, I'll fix myself kind of thing. So I wanted to understand, you know, what had contributed to my injury. How can I potentially fix it or make it better? And then I just love looking after people as well. So I kind of was like just loving helping other people get back on track with their injuries. And it became a massive niche. Like, people would come to me in the gyms for injury rehabilitation and stuff like that. So I would get all the clients that had like a bad back, bad knees, bad neck, you name it.
Yeah.
And then they would come to my treatment, wherever I was working, doing treatments, and then they'd come there. And it was like, I just had, you know, customer kind of longevity. And then I ended up, well, COVID, obviously, all my work was in the fitness industry. I ended up at Amazon. What the hell? That was awful. I don't know who I was then. I just literally look back and I think, I actually worked at Amazon. What the hell? Embarrassing. It wasn't driving the vans, though. That could have been the worst. Yeah. But it was it was the packages.
You've got to do what you've got to do to survive.
Exactly. And that is part of it as well. It's the resilience. It's like, when you are doing something that you're so passionate about, it doesn't matter how you do it or how you get there. I was working at Amazon and I was literally like, oh my God, every day, what the hell? 6 a.m. and I didn't even order from Amazon for about 2 years after working there. I'm not joking. I was just order from eBay or go to the shop myself. Because the amount of parcels I'd see, oh my God. I was working there when the warehouse did the most parcels in Europe.
Wow.
Oh my God, it was ridiculous. And that was my job as well. We had to scan the parcels on the belt. It was like boom, 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 boom. You couldn't miss one because you get told off by the manager when they see all the parcels at the end, and it can get chaotic. And then I ended up actually qualifying to be a higher education teacher, because I wanted to open my own fitness academy. And that was actually the first idea of the fitness directory. So it was actually going to be just a fitness qualification centre. Okay. It was actually called something else. I can't even remember what I called it. And then I had the idea of the recruitment app and everything. And I thought, how beautiful would it be if they were, you know, hand in hand? Because you just literally have a factory, come in, get qualified with us, work with us until, you know, the end of your career or whatever. Yeah. Like, you stay with us through that journey. So that was kind of always my vision with it. And then, I started teaching at a football academy. The boys would have on their timetable to go and play football for a little while, which I loved because they liked that I also played tennis at a high level. And I wasn't even that much older than them. So they were like 17, 18, because they were in their third year of college. And I was like 21 at the time. So they were like, wow, we look up to you. Like, you know, if we just do what you do for 3 years, we'll be as successful as you. I was like, don't do what I do. I'm surprised I'm not great at. Don't do what I do. So I was gaining experience working somewhere else, teaching it first, because it was the first time I'd taught any of the kind of qualifications and seen the kind of specification. Yeah. And then, COVID happened and life just went all over the place. My grandma died, who was basically a mother to me as well. And I just kind of had this vengeance in me. I bought a house because I was just like angry with the world. Like, what the hell? This is what's weird with me. When things go bad in my life, I do ridiculously remarkable things. So I think it's something within me that's just like, don't give up.
Yeah.
You know, turn a bad situation into a positive. Any kind of anger will be presented in kind of a good way, not in a negative way. I won't waste my energy, you know, arguing with someone or whatever. I will only use things in a constructive way.
Okay, cool. So the fundraise, where are you with the fundraise now? What are you trying to do?
So we're in conversations with a few investors. I think because I've done this on my own for so long and I know the industry inside out and I've got procedures now, I feel like I'm looking for someone that fits the business to also invest, and also that fits kind of what I'm looking for as well, as someone to come in and not mentor me, but someone that I can learn from as well. I think as a first-time founder, this might not be my first business. It might not be my last, you know? Yeah. And it's since I'm still young and I love learning, like I'm open to learning. If someone's like, Carla, I think you should do something like maybe this way, I'll sit down, I'll listen, I'll think about it, and I'll take it on board. So I think it also depends on who it is that's coming in, what kind of support they can also offer, as well as just the cash.
Yeah. What does the future look like? What you like, if you look a year or 2 years in the future, what are you mentioned earlier, like taking some success, standing back and patting yourself on the back every so often. Like, how, if we look in 12 months in the future, we're sitting back here, how are we going to know that you've had a successful year?
I'd love to come back here in a year's time and tell you.
What are we going to, what are the figures? Like, where do we need to be in a year's time so that you know?
Hypothetically. So we want to have a team. We want to be able to be the UK leaders in fitness recruitment, and also some of the other offerings like the fitness events. We want to get those off the ground and get them talked about, because they're going to be really epic. I'm not going to tell you too much. I'm going to keep the suspense.
Cool.
But we're going to be a brand that's known, and it's either going to be for recruitment or it's going to be for a good time with, you know, like-minded people coming together in the room and having some amazing experiences. Hopefully I'll have a team around me who are also passionate about fitness and passionate about learning and growing and evolving. I think what's really important for me is the circle that I, you know, surround myself with, because I've kind of built this on my own with people that, well, around people that don't know much about business. And I feel like I've been the one that's educating everyone else. And now I'm on a journey where I'm like, I don't want to be the best in the room. I want to be the one that's like, here, learn some more and then get up here. So yeah, hopefully the business can go global at some point as well. We'll have to see.
Awesome. Today's been amazing. Your energy is unbelievable. So I wish you well in the growth. As we move to the end, we normally ask kind of 5 or 6 rapid fire questions. First one's biggest business lesson. So is there any lessons that you've learned?
The biggest lesson is expensive lessons.
Yeah.
And you can only afford to lose what you can afford to lose. Like, don't start putting things in the slot machine that you can't afford to lose. Don't start remortgaging your house and stuff like that, or taking out loans, you know, without proving the validation.
Yeah.
I didn't prove the validation. I'm doing it now. I'm doing everything backwards. So if you have an idea, I think prove the valuation. If you want to take some risks, okay, if the validation makes sense, then potentially do it. But yeah, there's going to be maybe some expensive lessons, and don't think of it like monopoly money, but but yeah, just
try
money
and
you
get
can
some
afford,
value for money
to lose. Yeah.
All right, wicked. Then the worst decision or worst lesson.
Mate, I had this car on finance, this stupid Tesla. I'm never having a finance car again. If I can't buy it twice, I'm not having it. It's just like kissing money down the drain. The opportunity of money or whatever. No, rubbish. Don't get a car.
Is that an age thing, do you think?
Yeah, massive. I did it 3 times as well. I didn't learn.
You want the nice car, so you just go.
Yeah, I should have just lived in that car. It was nearly the price of probably rent where in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, probably. Up our neck of the woods it would be. Okay, cool. So don't tie yourself into finance on stuff that...
Don't live outside your means.
What a fantastic lesson that is. Your journey's not been that long yet compared to some of the guests we've had, but is there anything in that journey that you'd change?
I would changed the sales side of things. I wish that I put myself out there and I started testing and trialing and, you know, pitching really, really early on. Maybe even signed up to go and work in a sales place or recruitment or something, because then it would have given me the confidence and I would have just known what to do. Okay. I think because I'd postponed it for so long and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do it, putting it off. So I would say, look, if you, any business, you have to sell. You know, how are you going to make money? Yeah. So get sales experience.
Awesome. You're not that old, so this probably isn't going to necessarily work too well, but kind of advice for a 20-year-old you or an 18-year-old you?
Luckily, I'm still 20.
Yeah, you're still in your 20s. It's not that long ago.
My advice is be as open-minded to criticism as possible. I think when you're younger, you take criticism so badly. You know, you think, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to listen to, you know, what's wrong with me and this and that. I think you have to have your eyes and ears open and learn from people that have made mistakes, because that's why they're telling you to do this and that. When they're giving you advice, it's because they've done it wrong themselves. Yeah. So listen.
What was the turning point when you realised that?
I mean, I've always been very, like, open to feedback from tennis. So I'd always listen to someone that's older and wiser than me. But when I was teaching, the students that I had, my God, I'd be like, oh, why don't you just maybe try and do it this way? It might help you. No, I want to do it my way. I'm like, but why? Yeah. It's making it longer for you. It's making it harder for you. If you do it this way, it'll be easier. Not open. I'll be like, okay, fine. Well, maybe you can just try this way. And if it doesn't work for you, no. So, okay, forget it.
So it's interesting that you've kind of, as you've become a teacher and you've tried to help other people, you've maybe opened yourself up to learning more yourself.
Yeah, the ways of dealing with people. Everyone's crazy.
Everyone is crazy. Final question. Best book you've ever read?
Well, the best book I've ever read, I mean, I'd say the most recent book. It was about kind of proving the validation of your business. It's called The Lean Startup, I think it was called. Yeah. And I wish I read it a few years ago because it basically helps you to validate your idea. And the validation is so important because it's the proof that's in the pudding. And you can kind of take that anywhere and you can get investment from it or you can get bank loans from it. And I think that's kind of not where I went wrong. It's just where I could have done it earlier.
Yeah.
So now that I've done it the other way, when I read the book, it actually clicked in my head a lot of things. So yeah, give it a read.
Awesome. Carla, thanks very much for coming in today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll get all the links for the fitness directory in the description.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Cool.